Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have done a look on some new products that I got that I mentioned in my last video. So I've done this look here. It's a cut crease. Now I'm not too confident doing cut creases. They are quite difficult. Let me know if it's helpful in any way, because I do find, like I say, I do find cut creases quite difficult, so I know that they are really hard, especially if you're a beginner. But like I say, this is just for the fun of it. I just wanted to try it out, see if I could achieve this look, and I am actually really pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, if you like this look, keep on watching and please subscribe, guys. Hello everyone again! So welcome back to my channel, and like in my previous tutorial, I will be highlighting my brow bone using the NYX Above and Beyond concealer again, and I like to do my brows later on in the video, but I like to kind of highlight the brow bone just now while I'm preparing the eyes for the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to prime using the Body Shop All-in-One Insta-Blur Primer. Just putting this on my kind of T-zone-y areas, so like my nose, my chin, my forehead, and then the skin just beside the nose, just to kind of blur out the pores and the texture that I've got on my face, just to make the foundation kind of smooth. Also, I've got a slight cold coming on, I've got a sore throat, so that's why I sound a bit groggy. And then I'm going to use the NYX Gotcha Covered Full Coverage Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer, and I'm just going to use this on my dark circles and where I have just a little bit of redness, since I don't have a green coloured colour correcting concealer. And then after applying this, I will be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Colour Correcting Concealer in Lavender, just where I have a little bit of yellowness coming through. I wasn't really aware of it until a couple of weeks ago, and I only use this occasionally, like I say, just because foundations and concealers can normally cover it. But if I want just a little bit of extra coverage, then I will use this as well. And then once I've applied this, I'm just going to blend it all out with a damp beauty blender, like you can see here. Now obviously when you're blending out, some of it will go onto my eyelids, however we will still be applying an eye primer on top of that as well. And for that, when it comes up on the screen, come on, I'll be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden, which I absolutely love this primer. Oh my god, it's amazing. So once I have blended that out, I'm going to stick it in that kind of area, mostly since nothing really got onto that part of the eyelid, but I will just be blending it all over as well. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to be setting from the crease upwards. I'm not going to be setting my eyelid, and you'll see why later on in the video when it comes to kind of doing the cut crease and things like that. So yeah, just setting it with the RCMA No Colour Powder, my trusty powder. It's the only one I use. And then I'm going to put some sellotape on the corners of my eyes, just so when we do our eyeshadow, we just get that straight line on the corner, which will also help us when it comes to doing our wing. You can have the angle of the tape however you like. I thought that this would be best for my eye shape, and obviously just make sure that they're even, so you don't have like wonky lines, because then that'll just look a bit silly. And then after that, I'm going to take the Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm going to take this yellow light shade. You can't really see this too much, but it is just a nice transition shade, just to help further shades kind of blend together really well. So I'm just going to stick this like in an almost straight line. And then I'm going to take the brown shade, light brown shade, and just put that basically directly on top. And again, kind of a sort of straight line right from the tape and then over to the inner corner. I'm just going to take this from the crease and blend it upwards. I'm not going to take this any lower. And then I'm going to take this light matte brown shade from the Naked 2 palette and just put that in the same area from the crease, blend it upwards, but I'm not going to blend it as high as the previous two shades. And then this will just help blend it and transition it together. And then I'm going to take a really small amount of this black shade, and then I'm just going to create a really thin line where my crease is, just a bit above my crease, and then I'm going to blend it out. And then obviously it goes a wee bit light, so I'm just going to add a little bit more product, and then I'm going to blend it out. And then that way, if you do mess up or don't get the shape, it's easier to correct than going in with so much product, which will be difficult to blend out. And again, you want to blend this upwards, not downwards onto the lid, but only take it a little bit up. You don't want to take it really high up. And then because we didn't set the primer before, this step is so much easier. You're just going to take a bit of concealer and just carve out that crease, just so it's nice and cut, and there's a really good sharp line defining the black shade and the shades that we're going to put on our eyes. And I forgot to film a product shot of the two shades that I will be using on my eyes, but I'll put them in the description box down below. And then using the same brush, obviously, just set that with some translucent powder. And I tried to use a brush for the first shade, but it wasn't really showing up very well. I think using a white base would be a lot better, so I just used my finger as it was showing up a bit better with my finger. I sound terrible, oh my god. So yeah, a brush was definitely better than, my finger was definitely better than a brush rather. However, a brush worked really well for this slightly darker shade, which does have a little bit more shimmer in it. Again, I will put those two shades in the description box down below, as well as every other shade that I have used in this tutorial, just so you know what the names are and things like that. And then you can take off the tape, and then I'm going to tightline using the Mr. Right eyeliner pencil from the BAM, and it's in the shade Dean, which is just the black shade. Just going to tightline using this pencil, and it's a really good pencil actually. It's really nice and creamy. It's really quite pigmented as well. I really quite like it. My mum has this one as well, and it's just such a good eyeliner to use. I hate tightlining, it's awful, it tickles, and it just, I feel like I'm going to poke myself in the eye, I don't like it. And then I'm going to do my eyeliner, which I'm just going to skip through today with that Too Faced liner. And then I'm going to put some glitter glue and some glitter on my crease, just in between the black and those lid shades, just to add a bit of pop and a bit of something extra to this look. I just felt like I needed something extra, and I thought, oh, glitter would be perfect, because you know, you can't not have glitter. It's glitter, come on! I'm going to take the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation and add some lightning drops. As you can see, on its own it's too dark, so I have to add a ton of lightning drops. When I'm putting it on just now, you can see, oh, that's not even our shade, it's too yellow, it's not going to be good. But when I blend it out, it's actually quite good. It's a really nice shade for me. I do need to get it in my own shade though, so I can see how the foundation will be without any of that foundation mixer in, because obviously when you use that, you're losing some of the properties of the original foundation. So if you're adding in a lot, obviously it's going to take on some of the properties of the foundation mixer, so it might crease more, it might not be as full coverage. The foundation mixer from NYX is pretty good with not doing that, but if you add in a lot, then it obviously will become more like the mixer rather than the foundation that you're actually using. So I do need to get my own shade, because this actually is a really good foundation. I really do like it. I'm going to take a little bit of the NYX HD Studio concealer, just put that a little bit under my eyes. Can you guys recommend any really good drugstore concealers that are long wearing and also really good for ghostly white skin like mine? Because yeah, I find that all of them are just too dark for me. I like this shade. This is Chantilly from NARS, and it's the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I like this shade, and it is really long wearing, but obviously it's too expensive for just day to day at work and things like that. I would like a drugstore one, so if you can recommend me one, that would be fantastic. And I'm just going to put this again slightly lower than the NYX concealer and everywhere else, so like my forehead, down my nose, my cupid's bow and my chin. And I'm just going to blend this out and then set it all with the RCMA No Colour Powder, but I am just setting where I put the concealer. I'm not taking it any further down onto my cheekbones or like my cheeks, or any further on like my forehead, things like that. Just where I put the concealer. Sorry, I'm trying to go away from the computer when I cough, but if it's still really loud, I really apologise for that. And then I'm going to use the darkening shader Just & Drops from the Body Shop and that dense Body Shop brush that I got from my friend. And then I'm just going to place this where I would normally put my contour. I'm just dabbing this on, I'm not really rubbing it because I don't want to take off the foundation. I'm just kind of patting this on. And then once it's on both sides, and then we'll blend it out with my beauty blender just to make the colour more even and just for the lines to be kind of less harsh, especially on the top and at the cheeky side of the contour, as opposed to the ear side of the contour. And I will also take that NARS concealer again, just on the bottom, just to create a nice kind of sharp contour line. There is a difference. I know you're thinking, but you just blended it out. But there is a difference between a sharp and a harsh line. And it's really hard to describe, but it's really dependent again on where you're putting it, things like that. With contours, you want to blend them up, but with concealers underneath, you want to blend them down. That way it doesn't look muddy or anything like that, and you do get that nice contrast. And then once I've done this, to let the foundation and all the liquids dry slightly before I powder, I will then move on to my brows. I'm using the Bare Minerals Brow Definer in Universal Dark for this, and I'm just going to speed through the brows just really quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail here about what I'm doing, because I will be uploading and filming a brow tutorial separately, hopefully soon, and then I can upload it and then just totally skip through this like I did with the eyeliner, because obviously you can just watch that video. And then obviously once I've done those, powdering the whole of my face, because I like everything to be set and long lasting, and I like a matte face. I don't really like dewy faces. Well, on other people they're fine, but on me I don't like them at all. I'm going to use this No. 7 Lash Impact Mascara just to give my eyelashes a nice thin coat in preparation for the falsies that I will be applying at the end of the video. And then I'm going to take the NYX HD blush in taupe just to go over that liquid contour, just to kind of emphasize the colour, and just even out the colouring as well, just in case it got a bit messed up when blending. And obviously down my nose and on my forehead as well. You can't miss out those. Definitely not a nose contour, you can't miss out a nose contour. And then the Benefit Dandelion blush. I love this blush so much. It is perfect for my skin. It is so light, and it does have a nice pink colour as well. And I'm going to use that first light brown shade from the Naked Ultimate Basics palette, just running that along my lower lash line from outer to inner corner. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing with the slightly darker brown shade from the Naked 2 palette. And then I'm going to tightline my line there with the Mr. Dean liner as well. And then I'm going to set that just to deepen it up and make it blacker with the black eyeshadow from the Naked 2 palette. And I'm also going to run this on my lower lash line as well, just not taking it as far down as the previous two shades. And I'm going to use this waterproof mascara from Rimmel just to coat my lower lashes. I need to use a waterproof mascara on my lower lash line, otherwise it will run and just look crap throughout the day. And then I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonshine Kohl Kit in Star, and I'm going to put this on my cheekbones. This is a lovely wearable shade. Wearable, I mean for like daily things, like just popping out to the shops or like for work or school. And this is beautiful. I find that the other shades like the blues and the purples are just a bit more bold for kind of typical day-to-day things. But they're also pigmented. I'm going to take Lucky Clover and just go over that just for a bit more oomph. And because I don't tend to use this colour as much, although I should use it more because again it's one of those more wearable shades and it's absolutely beautiful. Then the Mary Luminizer by the BAM just to highlight my nose, my cupid's bow, my inner corner and my brow bone. I love this shade. I love this highlighter rather. I wore it for like 2 weeks straight when my boyfriend first bought me it. It is such a gorgeous colour. And it is so pigmented as well, but it's really good because you can use it for like a subtle glow or like proper, like use it to like beam it to the gods. It is gorgeous. I love this highlighter, probably one of my favourites, and I will be using it forever. And then the Fully Fleur Eyeliner Lashes for today. These are what they look like, and I'm just going to quickly pop these on with the eyeliner lash glue as well. I'm trying to stay away from the computer to cough, but I'm really sorry if it's still really loud. I know I sound awful, but I really needed to do this voiceover for this video, so I hope you can just tolerate my voice for this video. I'm really sorry guys. But you know, you could always just make me feel better. That would be nice. Oh, my throat is so dry and tickly. Oh, that's why I'm not taking my medicine today. And then the Too Faced Melted Matte Melted Metal, that one. It's in the shade Peony. which is a really nice light pink shade with some gold reflex, and it is perfect for summer and summery weather, and I love this lipstick so much. It's about as long wearing as like any normal lipstick, like from a tube, but not as long wearing as like a liquid matte lipstick. And then to finish, my NYX matte setting spray, obviously. And this is the finished look, guys. I really hope that you like this look in this tutorial, and I hope you found it helpful. I know how hard cut creases can be, but I hope this was easier for you to kind of do and understand. Like I said, I hope you like this look, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye!